Do you sometimes watch porn and do you also masturbate? Then you need to see this. Most people are not happy after masturbating and watching pornography. There are 4 substances released in your brain. Later in the video, I will reveal them and explain what those substances do to your brain. When you have prolonged or intense exposure to pornography, it wires the brain in a way that can cause negative effects in a person's life, such as sexual dysfunction, addiction, and other related problems. Why is pornography more dangerous? Have you ever thought about it? We have the internet at our fingertips. The world is at our feet, and there is a greater degree of freedom and independence when it comes to internet usage and searching. It is shocking to know that one of the powerful addictions is watching pornography. Pornography can be addictive and excessive. Watching can cause damage to relationships and disrupt daily life. Compulsively watching pornography is just as problematic as other behavioral addictions. We must understand that an addiction to pornography can be as or even more dangerous than addiction to illegal drugs. What is an addiction? Addiction is dangerous. Different types of addiction alter the physiology and psychological structure of individuals. These addictions are harmful and have a negative impact on the people who use them and the people who are family members, friends, or colleagues of those who are addicted. If you masturbate and have a porn addiction, you can easily hide it from the people around you because it is difficult to see if you are addicted if you hide it well. But inside, you are breaking apart. You want to stop, but you can't. You always feel tired. It's not just you who suffers. There are many people who suffer from this. You should also consider why it's free to watch. It's meant to keep the man weak. Your brain cannot distinguish between real and fake because when you look at such images, your brain thinks you have really had sex with a woman, but that's not true. You also lose a lot of life energy and become less confident. It's difficult for you to approach a woman in real life. How pornography affects dopamine. Dopamine is known as a pleasure chemical. It creates a link between certain habits and a reward. Activities like exercising, eating, and sex all elicit responses in this part of the brain. However, with pornography, the brain reacts differently compared to regular stimulation, such as a sweet snack or a simple game. For most everyday behaviors, the brain has an off switch that stops the release of dopamine once a desire is satisfied. In contrast, pornography affects the brain in the same way as an addictive drug by continuously activating larger amounts of dopamine. Over time, the brain builds a tolerance to the excess dopamine and requires more access or more extreme content, or sometimes both, to achieve the same level of perceived pleasure. Research from a report on the neuroscience of pornography addiction suggests that prolonged exposure to pornography is associated with reduced activity in the brain's reward circuitry. Furthermore, once the reward center is altered by free dopamine rewards like pornography, it can lead to a compulsive quest for the activity that caused the release of dopamine. Many abused substances cause direct dopamine release, without us needing to work towards achieving a goal. This can damage the dopamine reward system. With pornography, we get sex without the effort of courtship. Now, scans also show that pornography can alter the reward center. In summary, when viewing pornography, your brain experiences less pleasure while wanting more, which often leads to desensitization and escalation in behavior. Here are the 4 substances released in your brain. The first ones are endorphins, and oxytocin, and serotonin. The last one everyone knows is dopamine. Endorphins reduce pain and improve mood. Oxytocin promotes bonding. Serotonin regulates mood. And dopamine stimulates reward centers and motivation in the brain. When these substances are released, but you are only masturbating in bed to pornography, it is pathetic. Of course, you will be unhappy. In the past, men used to work hard, hunt, build their lives, and only then have sex when they had a woman. But now, a 14-year-old boy alone in his room can see more naked women than a king in the Middle Ages. If you truly want to stop, here are a few tips. It is a pattern, your addiction. You simply need to put your phone away, not spend too much time on it, or follow many women. Sometimes they can be triggers for masturbating and watching pornography. Therefore, you need to identify and eliminate the triggers that lead you to engage in those activities. Go outside more, spend time in nature, and avoid being alone too often. If it becomes difficult, ask for help from someone you trust or seek professional help, because you truly want to be a man, not a dirty little boy hiding behind his phone, masturbating to a woman who doesn't even know you exist. How sad is that? Make a change and become a real man. Look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself if you want to be like this and bring about a change as a true man.